Lukas Walzer is one of the most prolific Blender artists in the community, who has made a ton of progress over the years. Throughout this interview, we'll get a glimpse of how his mind works and his ethics that make him such a successful creative artist. He starts off saying, "Honestly, I don't really remember. When I started toying around with CG, the first programs I used were SketchFab and View. Later, someone at school might have told me about this open source CG software, and I started building things in Blender from that time. But it wasn't until 2015 that I started using it intensely, meaning every day." Oh, many things. There are artists I like, historical art periods and their accompanying architecture, design, graphics, in addition to movies, fashion, and also things personally important for me. Strongest, I guess, is lighting and materials, and generally planning out a scene. Weakest is oftentimes I feel I'm working not deep enough, meaning my work lacks thorough base and just comes out somehow without any deliberate purpose. This kinda annoys me since it inhibits my way to a personal style. This video is brought to you by sketchfab, a platform for buying and selling 3D models online. Their store has a lot of high quality models to choose from using a great model inspector. Links in the description. That would be my artwork Ghostwriter. I could have finished it much earlier. I had no idea in my mind, which left me struggling for the best compositing, spending days and weeks modeling assets that never made it into the final image, and I had to learn this lesson the hard way. I'd say to have been featured full page in the renowned 3D Artist magazine among many skilled artists, and yeah, to have won the third place in the category of ArtStation Challenge. I still dream of participating in animated features. I guess if I had all the money in the world, I'd make an animated adaptation of Walter Moore's The City of Dreaming books. Yes, a bit childish, I know. Nothing. There were times where I was very into typography and graphic design, but right now CG occupies almost 100% of my activities. I love watching movies though, but then again, who doesn't? And I'm a member of the German Tolkien Society, always looking forward to our monthly meetings. The fact that you have everything at your hand, such as sculpting, modeling, rendering, compositing, and so on, until you really want to push the limits, you will never have to change software. Maybe strive for unified approaches in everything. Blender keeps dragging some old features and workflows with it that have been there forever. I guess this poses a serious obstacle for beginners. You are not working in a vacuum. Take a close look around you. Everything you have thought of being a matter of talent and far away is actually there, like an open book. Concentrate on what you really want to achieve, don't go for compromises, or at least don't go for them in the long term. And most importantly, think from the end. Of course, there is a general idea to start with, but then I go right away to Pinterest and open a new board. Then I start collecting everything that might hold inspiration for different aspects of my idea. Some images for functionality, such as mechanical parts, some for color, some for style, etc. What I love about this method is that the algorithm is always bringing up images that are distantly related to your idea. It's like a torch lighting out all the great stuff that lies on the board of your consciousness, and that's incredibly enriching. It makes me feel grounded and confident to know that I'm building on the works of other people, but will make something completely unique and different. For the actual scene itself, I prefer to start with rough blockouts and basic materials. I play around with lighting until I'm very happy with it. But the lighting might change during the whole process. Then I start replacing every blackout asset with a detailed one until the whole image is finished. Post-processing is very important for me. I think it is where the magic happens. So I experiment a lot with changing colors, adding photographic impressions, and so on. When it comes to hardware, I have an Intel Core 7 4th generation, 8GB of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960, and a graphics tablet Wacom Intuos Art Medium. Unfortunately, I know next to nothing about hardware, so I guess I'm missing a lot of opportunities to improve my performance. When it comes to software, most of the time I only use Blender and Adobe CS5, and I use other software occasionally, such as Substance Painter, Inkscape, Rhinoceros 3D, Mischief, Unreal Engine, and so on. I hope you found this interview useful and informative. If you have something to add, you can leave it in the comment section below. Also, you can check some of our previous videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.